He's got a hamstring. Not sure how severe it is, but he does have a hamstring, and it was severe enough that he couldn't play in the second half.
If he can't play Thursday, who would you have as your backup quarterback for Davis?
We'll have to wait and see what happens there.
When did Tyron hurt his hamstring?
It was actually right before halftime. Right before when he came off on the sideline running to the left, and he kind of pulled up, and I knew something was wrong then. But he thought he was okay. But once we got in, and realized that he had pulled it pretty good.
So was it before the?
Excuse me.
He heard it before the touchdown?
Yes, he had actually heard it before then.
So there is a shot from your perspective that Tyron could play for you on Thursday night?
Not sure yet.
Okay.
Not real sure yet.
What did you decline that penalty on fourth down? We would have obviously third down. You declined it, chose to punt from Infiola.
Yeah, we felt like that at that point that we felt like we could have a chance to be able to get better field position by holding them and out by getting it, and we didn't make it. We didn't get it.
Couldn't you have just gone for it on third down again and then punted?
We could have done that, and looking at it again, I'll just have to look at the situation and see what I would do the next time.
Hey, David, situation on Sir Davis to get in the game. How did you think he did considering circumstances?
I thought he did very well when he got in the game. Obviously, he got us a touchdown there. He hadn't had very few reps at all with our first group. I thought he did well, and I expected him to do well. He's been that way all through training camp, even in preseason games when he's been in there. We had to pick early. He came back and did what Davis normally does. He just goes to the next play and and goes from there.
David, you lose your quarterback, two wide receivers, Anthony as well. How much did the offense change at that point? How did y'all work to continue moving the ball?
Well, I don't think the injuries was the big thing with our offense. The big thing with our offense was our penalties. We had too many penalties. Again, we had a couple of errors there, and we weren't able to run the ball as consistently as we wanted to run the football. And I think that had more to do with us not being consistent on offense than it did the injuries.
Did Conley basically become y'all's tight end at that point? It looked like he was used in some way.
Well, we used him because he's a pretty big fellow, and we used him inside some to do that because of the guys that we had gotten injured. And basically, we tried to do some of the same things just with a different guy.
What do you think about your defense, especially your run defense in the second half?
Well, let me go to the first half first. I thought the first half, John, that they played excellent, especially with us having given a turnover there early, them getting up 14 points. And then I thought they played great. And then in the second half, I just think we kind of got worn down a little bit. And, we just got to get better there. We just got to get better there. I thought there were times we probably weren't in our gaps that we needed to be in our gaps, and they end up getting some big plays on us. And then another thing was the missed tackles. I mean, we had a chance to make some plays for some losses, and that's their backs are pretty good players, and they end up making some plays on us.
David, was that precautionary because he went back in the game after being checked down? Or are you guys concerned about it?
No, it was just precaution. It was just precaution. They really weren't sure what the injury was at that time, but he was okay.
When did Zach Cunningham play in the first quarter?
It was disciplinary reason.
David,
That's internal.
David, what did you think overall of your team's performance today? I mean, you lose Tyrod. You guys very back and forth game. You had a lot of injuries, but you guys were fighting all four quarters and finding a way to stay in that game.
Well, that's what this team is all about. This team has been that way from training camp all the way through preseason. Even in the last preseason game we had when we played Tampa Bay, they fought in the end. It was behind. And we expected that. We just got to play better. We just got to play better. We didn't play Texan football today. We turned it over twice. Had one in the kicking game, which was which got us behind early, but we overcame that. And we just got to become more consistent and play the kind of football that we know we got to play. We did not play complementary football today. Offensively, defensively, our special teams.
Considering, David, that Roberts fumbled that punt and then Slimer's 41-yard field goal that kept you from a chance of scoring, how disappointed were you in special teams after they played so well?
Well, the thing about that is that Andre's been very dependable through his whole career. That was so unlike him that to happen to him. It happens, and we just gotta be better there, and I expect him to be better there.
What about on that field goal by Slimer?
Well, I mean, those things happen. I mean, they happen.
With so few days before your next game, all the injuries there, how quickly, how does that change how you game plan towards the game?
Well, this game right here will be flushed quickly. We got a Thursday night game, and right now when we get back to Houston. We're going right straight to Carolina Panthers and getting ready for them.
How confident will you be about Mills if he's starting based on how he improved in the game?
Very confident with him, John. Very confident with him. Our players, when he went in there, I'm talking about they didn't bat an eye. And our sideline, it was as if Tyrod was in there when he was in there. It was no different. We didn't really do anything any differently.
Did you notice his confidence just in terms of watching him run the offense really rise after those first couple drives? Because it was basically handoff, but then all of a sudden he's leading the offense and finding a way to make big completions on third down.
That's Davis, and that's the kind of quarterback he's going to be. And today was a good lesson for him and a good experience for him to get, especially in this kind of ball game. Because if we'd have made some plays there at the end, we'd had a chance to be in position to win the football game, and part of that was because of him. Yes, sir.
If Tyrod can't play, is there a chance that Deshaun could play for you guys?
We'll have to see.
David, did you see anything or did the ref say anything about the Eau Claire eye thing after the play was over, after David played?
I didn't get an explanation from him.
Good.
Uh-huh.
Did you get a good explanation about the penalty on Akins for spinning the ball? Was there kind of a background they gave you of the reason that was what they targeted to penalize him?
They called it taunting. They said that was taunting.
No more explanation?
No more explanation of it was taunting, and taunting is a big emphasis this year. It has been, and obviously we found out today how big it is.
All right, thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You guys against the run there with Cleveland, it seemed like you guys had a early start.
Yeah, I think everyone was just kind of doing their job, not trying to do too much. I think at the end of the day, we got to tackle better. But I think, I don't know. I felt encouraged. You know what I mean? Like you can feel it in this team. We got something special. We got to fix some things, but I know we're gonna bounce back.
Did you guys feel more pressure when Tyrod went out?
No, I mean, like in our mind, we get the defense got to win the game every time. So that's the way. That's our approach. Doesn't really matter who's at quarterback. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I was proud of Davis the way he came in and did his thing.
What do you think led to kind of the run defense not being as good in the second half? Some of those shorter drives by your offense to start the second half?
What was the question?
What do you think resulted in your run defense not being as good in the second half? Kind of break it down a little bit.
I think, I just think some guys, including me, I was, started jumping out of gaps, trying to just do too much. Yeah.
It was the first time, I think, you guys used most of your three linebacker packages. I mean, how much of that, played into some of the gaps and maybe communication on run schemes?
No, I think we were good in that aspect. You got to be. I mean, they come out in 12 and 13 and 22 personnel the whole game, so you got to be in base. And yeah, I mean, I think we were good.
Do you think y'all got worn down on run defense in the second half?
I think I think we just gotta tighten some things up. I mean, I don't really have a better answer for that. You know.
They come with a short week after having as many injuries.
Mm-hmm.
What seemed like this week will say a lot about kind of the team, whether you guys can be a resilient team.
Yeah, you know, I think everyone knows it's the NFL. It's a next man up mentality. But like I said, I truly think we have something special here. We gotta put this one behind us and just roll.
What did you see from Mills, especially as the game went on? So, I mean, that's a tough spot for anyone to get put in, but it seemed like his confidence grew and grew
Yeah.
the more action he got.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you know, when he first got out, like, it's just anyone that just is coming off the bench, you know, it's just gonna be a little. You gotta feel it out a little bit. But once he started rolling, man, I was proud of him, and yeah, I'm excited to see what he does. I hope Tyrod can bounce back, but either way, I'm excited.
What is it about Chubb and Hunt that makes them such an effective twosome?
I mean, they run hard, man. They're not going to go down on the first contact. They're not going to go down easy. We got to do better. We got to do better tackling, for sure.
Did their strategy change when Landry went out?
Was that?
Did their strategy change when Landry went out?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what their strategy really was. You know, I wasn't on their team.
But they would have thrown to him a lot.
Who knows? I mean, they got two. You got two. One of the best running back duos in the league. They're going to run the ball for sure.
How much did the pre-snap motions? How did you guys look through that? How much did you plan for that?
Yeah, I mean, that was an emphasis this week. They do a lot of stuff to try and move you around. I don't know. We got to go back on the film and just check everything out. I feel like all I can say is I'm excited, man. That's really my feeling. I know we lost, but there was glimpses in there where I'm like, we got something good here.
Couple more questions.
Starting with Zach being out for disciplinary reasons. First quarter. Your thoughts on being a starter today with Zach being out for disciplinary reasons first quarter?
Oh, I have no idea. I just work here. I just work here.
I mean, you talked about being encouraged. What was the locker room like after? I mean, did you hear from Tyrod at all? I mean, what was the situation?
Yeah, I think everyone kind of feels it. You know, you're not gonna be happy after a loss. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. You know, we're not thrilled. We're not happy, but there's a chemistry here, and you know, you can feel it from the guys. I don't know this because I wasn't here last year, but whatever they had last year and what we have now, you can feel like there's some juice here, and I think we're gonna get things rocking.
When did you guys as players figure out that Tyrod was not going to play in the second half?
When he didn't come out there.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
knew it in the locker room.
No, I had no idea.
Do one more question. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
When did you find out that you were going into the second half?
At halftime.
What was kind of the message of getting you ready for that moment?
I mean, as a backup quarterback or the guy who's next up, you always got to be ready for anything to happen. So, I mean, starting the game, even in preseason, at any moment, you got to mentally prepare yourself to go in that next play. And I felt like I did a good job, and I mean, we came out. Can improve on some stuff, a lot to learn from, but overall, I mean, I didn't think I was too rattled or wasn't ready for the moment.
First couple of drives, I mean, it seemed maybe there was some miscommunication, some situations there. What kind of went through those first couple of drives and getting into the rhythm?
I mean, like you just said, it's kind of just finding that rhythm. Obviously, I would have liked to start a little faster, but I mean, that comes with some experience, and I think moving forward, I'm looking forward to what's next.
Do you feel ready to start on Thursday night? Did you have to? Tyrod can't play?
Of course. I mean, that'll be a decision to see if Tyrod's ready or not, but I mean, going into every game, I got to prepare myself like I'm the starter. So, I mean, moving forward, it's the same thing.
How did you feel that the offense responded to you, the coaching staff, Tim calling plays? It seemed like every time you were out there, every drive you were out there, things got a little better, better and better for you.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the whole team rallied. Obviously, they had the team, I felt like, and they kind of acknowledged it, that they had a ton of confidence in me, and that allowed myself to just go out there and have confidence and do my thing. So I thought they rallied well.
How much did the offense, I mean, not just Tyrod, there was two receivers player too. How much did y'all communicate with him about like how to adapt to that? How did y'all approach that throughout the second half?
I mean, obviously, you don't want any guys to go down, but I mean, I felt we had guys who stepped up and made plays, and were just ready when their name was called and they had to go in there and play. Nothing really changed game plan wise. We were still running the stuff we were planning to do. I felt we could have executed a little better, and we were really close to winning this game, but I mean, obviously we didn't, so we have a lot to improve on.
James, did it feel any different than preseason football, like a regular season game, your first action?
Not too much. I mean, football's still football. You're going out there, and I mean, when the bullets are flying, you got to treat everything the same. So I don't think it was too much. I mean, obviously, got a lot to learn from this game. Got my first true regular season game under my belt, at least half of it. So looking forward to moving to the next one.
What were you most pleased about your performance?
I mean, just going out there and playing, not letting the moment get too much for me. I felt like I handled that well, and I felt, I mean, extremely proud of the guys around me. Everyone had the same mentality, next man up, ready to go, and I mean, the line blocked really well. Running backs made some plays, and the receivers were making plays on the edge too, so it was a good game.
What happened on that one interception you threw?
I missed the throw. Thought I had Andre there, and just pulled it a little to the left, and the linebacker made a good play on it.
That deep attempt to Cooks, can you take us through that one?
Can you repeat that?
Y'all trying to get down in the end zone. It was a pretty deep ball. The wing catch. I mean, what was
I mean, he kind of has a two-way go on that one. I just misjudged it and put it to the middle of the field more than outside. Was trying to give him a shot and just missed the ball.
Couple more.
Seems like you threw to Brandon quite a bit. What about him makes you want to go after throwing targets to him?
I mean, he's a super talented guy, and he's one of those guys I've worked with after practice. He's willing to stay there and get extra throws with some of the other guys, and I mean, just have trust in him already. And I mean, still building that with a lot of guys, but I mean, he's just out there making plays, and I can count on him for that.
a couple of hits you took? What did you notice from how they were trying to pressure you and adapting to that throughout the game?
They weren't bringing a ton of pressure. We prepared for it, and I thought the O-line, myself, and the backs handled it pretty well. But, I mean, that one they got me that I didn't see that ended up popping out, and I think Marcus picked it up. Just got to kind of have my eyes ready for that, be able to read the pre-snap and expect where it's coming from and handle it from there.
Last one. All set? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
So,
Well, there's a lot of things in each game that are out of your control, and it's all about reacting and making do with what you got. Losing 5 definitely hurts. I don't think this is something that, with his career history, I don't think this is one of those scenarios. He's going to be fine. We trust him. 10 came in, commanded the game well. We gave him full faith. We worked our butt off for him. A mistake here and there from all of us. We feel like we beat ourselves, but I feel like 10, put us in the right position to win and to give us a chance.
What do you think about the game that Tim Kelly called, being able to adjust and move like that?
Yeah, I think TK, Coach Kelly, I think he's doing a really good job, running the offense and coming up with game plans. And we had a really good plan going forward this week, just like last week. We had a good week of practice executing it, and we came out here and from our first drive, we went out and scored. Our confidence is high, and our trust in him is high, and I love the way he's calling games. And it's only week 2, and there's not really panic in us. We know what we got. We believe in ourselves, and it's early in the season. We're going to be all right. This loss hurts, but it doesn't hurt like some of the losses because I saw the fight. I saw the dog in us, the competitiveness. We got to stay healthy, and some of that, again, is out of our control. But, we're going to be all right. I have full faith in it.
What was David Culley's message to you guys after?
That this game's over with and we're getting ready for Carolina. Short week.
How did you think Davis handled himself and rallied after that pick? First series laid out.
I told him we're gonna be all right. It was inches away from going the other way. So that's kind of football, a game of inches, and we didn't hesitate. He steps in the huddle. We give him our full attention and let him control it. They brought him here for a reason. He had a really good camp, really good spring. He had a good week of practice, and if we need him this next week, he'll be ready.
Some of your teammates mentioned during the week that this was kind of a measuring stick game against a playoff caliber opponent. What do you feel like you learned from the team in this game that maybe you didn't know coming into it?
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of fight in us. I feel like we showed that we're not going to lie down and just give you the game. Things went wrong here and there. We fought through adversity. We kept playing hard, playing smart. We just obviously got to do better in certain areas. But, I'm leaving this game full confidence going forward, this Thursday game, and going forward. Long season, there's a lot to learn from in the first 2 weeks. We killed our first opponent, and this game was the tight one that we lost. And so, it's hard to win in the NFL no matter who you're playing. Everyone in this league is here for a reason. So we just got to get back to work.
Can you tell us about the screen pass for a touchdown?
I just got out there. I noticed the whole defense went left. And that was whenever I released, I felt the whole defense go left. And then I felt Max locked onto the first defender. I couldn't tell you what number he was. But then my eyes were just on the 2 other ones. And I was thinking about how bad I wanted to cut them. But the rule this year, we can't do that. And so I don't think I touched anybody. They were trying to avoid me of what it felt like. And then, next thing I know, 30's in the end zone. So it was a pretty cool play.
How much did the rhythm change in the second half? Lots of players going down, injuries. Did that kind of slow things down in some ways?
Maybe, but the game kind of made us have to go pass more. We got back to the run in the fourth quarter. We started running the ball again, and we were moving the ball, and we just did stuff to hurt ourselves. The stalled plays, false starts. I had a holding call that I wish I could take back. I definitely held him, but we just got to get back to work, continue to work the scheme, continue to work our techniques. We're gonna be all right.
Last couple questions. All good?
Thank you.
Thanks, Justin.
Appreciate y'all.
break down the two guys.
Say it again.
Overall performance of the defense, break it down to two halves.
We didn't play well enough to win a ball game. We had way too many missed tackles, and you can't do that when you're going against a team like that with you know, a good run game. You got to make those tackles.
It seemed like they were using the play action a lot and tight ends were kind of going behind, losing track sometimes. How did y'all work through communication with that? How well they were doing pre-snaps and post-snap movement?
You know, honestly, they did what we expected them to do. You know, watching film on them, they do a lot of shifts, motions, things like that, a lot of pull schemes. So it just boiled down to tackling. They didn't do anything that was tricky or anything like that. They just, you know, ran the ball, and we didn't make the tackles we were supposed to make.
Christian, Justin, Brett, and they both said that they came away encouraged, even though obviously it's painful to lose. What's your take on kind of the team where it's at?
No panic button. We know what type of team we have. I'm very pleased of, you know, the men in this room and how we carry ourselves, and I truly believe that we have a great team. And even though the outcome wasn't how we wanted it to be, you know, I wouldn't trade the world to, you know, go to battle with these men that's in this locker room, and they fight hard. And you know, a lot of people count us out, but this group is special. So.
Talk about Chubb and what about their offensive line? How good is it?
A solid offensive line. I think that's one of the better offensive lines you'll see in the league. They got a bunch of guys that individually are, you know, Pro Bowl type guys, but they play so well together. That's what makes them so good. And then we have those two guys running behind them. You know, it's a really good offense. But you know, they got the best of us today, and they got the win.
What did you find out about yourself as a linebacker too, just going in your 4-3 base for the most part today?
Say it again.
What did you learn about y'all in the 4-3 base today? I mean, it seemed like you did that more than last week. What y'all find out about yourselves in that game?
We got a bunch of good players in the room. We play together. We're gonna keep fighting. We're not gonna hang our head over this loss. You know, our goals are still in front of us, and we just got to get better and move on to Thursday.
What was David Cole's message to you guys after this game?
Say it again.
What was David Cole's message to you guys after this game?
You know, we're gonna put this game to bed, and we got to move forward. We can't dwell on it. We can't hang our heads. We know what type of team we are, and this is a good learning experience for us. And we have a great opportunity for Thursday night to respond and see what we're really made of. So. Everything's still positive with us. We know that, you know, we left some plays out there today that we wish we can get back, but, you know, we can't, so we got to keep moving forward.
What eventually led to Cleveland kind of breaking out the run game there?
We knew they was going to run the ball. I mean, that's their motto. That's what they do. Like I said, it just came down to us making the tackle. You know, it was a lot of missed tackles, and that's not us.
Good.
With just a lot of injuries here turning around. I mean, short period of time. How much did that change how y'all felt about today's game? And thinking about it now, like where y'all are going forward.
You know, injuries are part of the game. You know, that's why it's people in backup positions. You know, people knowing multiple roles. You know, it's a part of the game, and. You know, we all go to practice, and we all, you know, make sure we know responsibilities for things like that. When somebody get hurt, they always have to be the next man in. So we're not panicking, we're not flinching. We just got to, you know, make sure we rest ourselves and get ready for Thursday.
Anybody else?
Thank you,
All right.
President.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate y'all.
All right, guys, that's it for today.